tick, the clock going boom. Feel the airwaves, podcast the room. Voices strong, black queens on the mic, dropping facts, light match, set the night alight. Cause let's talk about it, breaking it wide. Truth cutting deep, no place to hide. Smart and funny, sharp tongues that bloom. TNT explosive in every zoom. Laugh loud, cry harder, lessons in the steam. Two black queens keeping heads in the beam. Cultural critique, vibes like hear me roar. Stories from the soul, finna lay the whole score. They got the tea, bringing wisdom with the jokes. Ignite conversations that'll humble folks. Built from the ground, brilliant straight raw. Ain't nobody living that they won't unthaw. Cause let's talk about it, tear down gloom. Truth's a grenade that'll light up the room. Clever and raw, voices never assume. TNT making airwaves go kaboom.
Hey, 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 everybody. You are tuned into Cuz Let's Talk About It with TNT. Tick, tick, boom, baby. How you doing, Miss Tiffany Noel?
Miss Tracy Jeanette.
Hey, that's what I love to hear, sister. It's our first show. How you doing?
Excited. So excited.
All right, we're going to delve right on into this thing. We got our first segment that we like to call Guess Who Popped Their Ish? Yeah, you know what it is. That's for people or a person that we feel like has done their big one, and we want to give them a nice good job. And this time, we are recognizing a group of women. Yeah, you know what it is. We are talking about the space group that went into space on April 14th, 2025. The all-female flight crew. Yeah, their names, Gail King, Miss Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, Carrie Ann Flynn, Aisha Bowe, and Amanda Wynn. Yay, you guys go. Yeah, how does that make you feel, Tiff? Just the woman in you.
I will say that it's actually pretty exciting, to be honest. All 5 women crew. I do think that some of the details, I don't know all the details, so forgive me, but I do know just a couple things because I kind of started digging into it a little bit.
Okay, all right, let's get it.
So basically, from what I understand, this flight was basically, I guess kind of obviously an experimental thing, but it was to kind of set the pace for a commercial flight or sightseeing and things of that nature. So I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was extremely excited. But then I was like, you know what? Y'all wasting money. Let's start doing something.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I was looking and I was like, so nobody, obviously, it's a sightseeing thing, so it makes sense that nobody's piloting or whatever the term is for a spaceship, right? And then I saw that, you had these celebrities on there. Then you had, Jeff Bezos' wife on there. I was like, is that like...
Yeah, his fiance. Mm-hmm.
Fiance, my bad.
Yeah.
And I saw there were 2 people that probably were qualified to be on the flight, which was much appreciated. I think that they should be way more celebrated, Miss Bowe and Miss. They should be highly celebrated. So that's what I think about it.
Yeah, probably should have said their names first. Low-key, you should have said their names first. You're right, sis. So yeah.
It's exciting. I love it.
Yeah.
I just feel like, put somebody else on that flight.
You know what happens when your money long, you can't go wrong. But no, for me, I think it was a flex. The woman in me in general is excited, that it was an all-female crew. And then the African American woman in me is excited that we were represented. I saw some people that look like me, that look like my daughters. You know what I mean? So that was awesome in that regard. Yeah, now let's clock the commercialism of it. Everything is about money. So yeah, this is giving commercial, like as an advertisement. So yeah, they're gonna get that bag off it. But just a general idea and what it represented, that I'm told this is the first one in all-female crew that went up in 60 years. So that in and of itself is a flex. So yeah, we gonna go ahead and get them. They popped their ish. Yeah. All right, and we're going to move things right along. This next segment, you guys, is probably going to end up being my fave. I'm so dead ass. Yep, you too, Tim. I'm knowing. Okay, we call this Hood Tales from Work, signed anonymous. Don't tell on y'all. Yeah. So what this segment is, people can write in, call in, whatever. Y'all, we gonna put the number up, all the links in the comments for y'all. But you guys can let us know your crazy ass story from work, and we gonna help put them on blast for you. We gonna talk about them with y'all. We want to hear you vent, and we want to feel your pain, and then we want to roast them motherfuckers too.
And then make sure you share the story that you shared with us. Once we go ahead and talk about it on the show,
Yeah.
make sure you share the show, and hopefully whoever
Yes, yeah, that's why you got to subscribe. Tell other people to subscribe. Yes, put them on blast all the way. But because we some real G's, we gonna take this first round. We gonna take this first round. All right, Tiff, here you go, girl. What you got? What you got? What's your hood tell? Signed anonymous, sorta.
So, and I'm gonna concentrate so hard on not revealing people or places. I'm gonna try.
You so sweet. You so sweet.
So, here we go. I had just recently moved out of state to Connecticut. You know, when you move out of state, all hoods don't look the same, right? So, you know,
Mhm.
what a hood looks like, you know, over in Illinois doesn't necessarily look like that on the East Coast. So, you know, maybe I was confused as to where I chose to have my employment, right? But that being said, I didn't know, so I'm going to work. You know, as a brand new assistant manager, I'm being trained by the manager. This is the first day that I have to close, right? And so doing the closing, it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. It was a super busy store, and we were there by ourselves. Right before we were able to lock the door, these two drunk people come running into the door, loud, singing, talking about, we need a battery, right? Because, you know, they right? So now we're going through it, looking up their car, figuring it out, you know, and literally it's now about 25 minutes past close, and they shouldn't even be in the store no more. And this particular retailer, they do install batteries. And so now this drunk woman was like, okay, we need this and this and this battery. Y'all gonna put it in? And we were like, no, ma'am, we can't put it in. It's late at night. It's outside right now, right? We can't do it. This particular manager that was training me was extremely flamboyant. As in, not as in what I guess people using flamboyant for nowadays, but she was this little old white lady with short purple hair. I probably just gave her away to a bunch of different people that know her, but she is, you know, love her to death, but she's crazy. Like, she's crazy. She's probably more hood than the majority of, you know, quote unquote hood people that I have. And she's loud with it. And she was like, no, y'all need to go. If y'all gonna take the battery, take the battery. Otherwise, y'all need to go. The battery was like $100 and some. They didn't have enough money. Now it was and now it was time for them to, you know, keep it moving. Right. So now, as the husband is arguing with us, you know, about the price, y'all know y'all can drop the price down and and I'm very nothing goes in there, so I'm just watching. And as the guy is distracting her, basically the manager, his wife goes, and she's nothing but about 5'3", goes and grabs this big old heavy battery and tries to run out the door. She tries to run out the door. He slips and goes flying with the battery out the door. Battery goes bust on the ground. And apparently, there was a getaway car that she was trying to get to. She didn't get to the getaway car because the car saw what she was doing, whoever the driver was, and took off, right? Didn't like, she wasn't going to, if she tried to get in, she would have got her foot run over. Left her ass. Now this crazy manager that I have came and ran out the door and was like, 911. It's a white Chevy Malibu. I think it's a 96. You know, they still in the battery and this and that and the other. While these people are still in the store and this man then took off already. He has nothing to do with it because he comes back around and was like, I saw y'all on the phone. Don't call the police on me. I got warrants. I got this. I got that. He was like, I was just giving them a ride to the store, this and that and the other. So this whole big old thing happens where we have acid splashed all in the front of the store. And this man has warrants. He doesn't want to stay, but wants to stay because he wants to make sure his name is clear. But if he has contact with the police, he's probably going to get arrested anyway. And this drunk lady is screaming throughout the store about to beat the manager up. And it's maybe my second day at work. So now I'm a manager. So now the next second day at work.
You all the way wrong.
All that. She calls the district manager, and the district manager, she was like, I had to call the police because this woman was acting belligerent. She went and stole a battery, then she destroyed it, can't pay for it. Tells him the whole story. And at the end of the conversation, he says, you called the police on a customer? And I was like, yo, where am I working right now? Maybe your boss don't like you, which means that I'm probably going to have an even harder time. So that is my hood story.
That was wild as hell, girl. That shit need to be on Tubi or BET or something. I swear that sounds like a good ass movie. If nothing else, listen. If nothing else, the fucking beginning of one, okay? All right, I got it. Like you, I'm going to let folks live. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about them. So I was working in retail, and I would just say retail. Okay, I'm working at night. 2 female staff, me being one of them. Probably gonna tell my age a little bit now, but I don't care because I gotta set the scene. You understand? This is around the time Set It Off came out. Okay, I think these motherfuckers saw that movie and got real excited, real inspired, if you will. So I'm at the register. And the other manager, shift lead, whatever, she's on the floor like straightening stuff because it was getting late. We have no cameras, mind you, no security guard, and these brilliant motherfuckers, not us, the people that make the little layout and shit, they decided to put the leather coats, right in the front window to display. And I knew that was a mistake. Not because I think like a criminal, but I understand vulnerability. You understand what I'm saying? You just got us like sitting ducks in here. But anyway, dude comes up to the register. He asked me, I got my head down because I was wrapping up, I just finished up a sale or something, so I'm closing the drawer. He says, as I'm still looking down, he goes, you got a lighter? I'm thinking like, who the fuck acts as a cash sales associate to borrow a lighter? Like, as I'm glancing up to say, no, dude, I don't have a fucking lighter. He has his shirt pulled up where he has the gun tucked. I was like, oh, I mean, immediately, like, okay, I'll get the register back open. Hey, my man, I know you saw the leather coats in the front. There's some more of the bitches in the back, too. So what else can I do for you? So I just want to make it out of the situation. They get everything. I'll take everything. The females running out with all their shit and everything. So I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking. So glad that it's over. Police come, and in the midst of me giving my statement to the police, the district manager shows up, right? Johnny come lately and shit, right? And as I'm explaining to the police, like, did you see anything, any distinctiveness, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I didn't see anything. They just ran out the door with everything. The district manager goes, wait, so you mean to tell me you didn't think to run out the door so you could at least get the license plate so you could be of some help to the police? I looked at him, the fuck? Hey, let me tell you something. Dying over anybody else's property. I'm not even dying over my own shit. But I damn sure ain't finna die protecting somebody else's shit or trying to tell somebody else about that shit, where that shit went. None of that shit. That's the real crazy work. So I'm like, no, so that is my hood tale from work. Yeah.
Like, I would be like, it's easy to rob me. All you got to do is say you want it, because I feel it's like, there's nothing. You clearly need it more than I do. Like, what am I? Who am I to say you care? That's how I feel sometimes.
Life over property. Always. Life over property. Because what you gonna do with the property if you dead? People gotta think shit through. I ain't no punk either, but I ain't stupid either. You have something that I don't have that's gonna be the decision maker. So have that shit. I can acquire more. I can't get me back. I can't get none of this back. So I'm gonna hold on to what the fuck I got. But yeah, that's that segment right there, y'all. We're gonna have some fun with it. Send y'all shit in. We want to talk about these people online. We've been through things. We know y'all have to, so come. All right, since we're gonna keep this party rolling, gonna keep it rolling. All right. This third segment is called Guess What That Stupid Motherfucker Just Said.
Let's go.
Tip. Listen, this whole little segment could have been named Trump, okay? We have to kick it off to him. Because he always just says some stupid shit. Always, always, always. He always just says some stupid shit. And this recent time has been no different. So, here's what our president said. You know, he is our president. I give him his title because that's what his job is. Do I respect him? Hell no, but we talk about title. President Trump said, according to CBS News, that he would love to send Americans, homegrown criminals, to foreign prisons.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So let me just say, this it is a scary time to be living in the United States, especially for like the regular American. I don't know about, how other immigrants, how they exactly feel, but I do know how, just as now I can know how afraid I am. I'm not even a criminal. I'm like, what could I possibly do to be sent to a whole nother country? And then on top of that, like, that country is not under like the jurisdiction of the US, right? So once I get sent there, if I'm only sentenced for 3 years, it's not the decision of the United States to send me back. You know what I mean? Like, I could be tortured, I could be killed, they're not going to know nothing. So, exactly.
Here's the real hypocrisy for me. You always riding and campaigning on patriotism, right? And you want to admit Americans. You admit that they are Americans. You understand? Born on this soil, done what it takes to be considered American, and you want to send them to foreign prison so they can be tortured, abused, or is the real ghetto plan so they can help build up yet another fucking country and not get credit for it, right? Just like black and browns have done here. We don't get the credit and contributions that we've made to this country. And now you want us to go build somebody else shit up for free, because that's all prison is free fucking labor. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to take that and then make it like, oh, we getting them out of here. We're cleansing the country type shit. No, you not. You once again trying to get something for nothing, like you always fucking do. He's been outsourcing shit. This is just another way to do that. He's outsourcing, but you won't outsource even criminals. Who the fuck you think you is?
Know how y'all feel about this too. Again, we are open to all types of interpretations, feelings, opinions. We want to hear it all. So
yes,
let us
I'm
know.
gonna look at you strange though. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna look at you strange if you agree with this shit, because that's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. You just want somebody else to do your fucking dirty work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they say they don't believe in cruel and unusual punishment. What the fuck is that?
Very cruel, very unusual.
And let's talk about the language barrier. What'd you say, sis? Go ahead.
I started thinking about like the wasn't like Australia the island, like a prison island.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I thought I heard. Oh God, hopefully I don't sound ignorant. But listen,
I think
that's the first thought I was thinking about. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be just it's scary. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
No, we had to touch on it though. I couldn't think about who else could kick that segment off and give it the real true meaning of what it's supposed to be, because he said a lot of stupid shit. It was honestly hard to narrow down, because every time this man opens his fucking mouth, it's some wild, crazy ass stupid shit that comes floating out. So thank you,
and then you kind
for
of
all
see
the material, Trump.
when you do see people that agree with certain things. It's like, do you agree because you truly feel like that, or do you agree because you didn't, go past the headline that you saw? You know what I mean? Or
yeah, did you do your research? I feel that.
Yeah, did you do your research?
But I think they like mounting up anyway. Like this is no longer about substance or even context. It's this who I rock with, so I'ma back his play no matter how many stupid things come out his fucking mouth. I think that's what people are actually doing.
It's been that way for a while too.
Mm-hmm. And not just on the red side, the blue side too. Everybody's just like feels like they at this point has to go with who they've been rocking with all this time. Now me, yes, I have a few Republican points of view on certain things, but I lean more towards the Democratic side. You know what I'm saying? But are there a few issues that I kind of agree with? Yeah. But that's my fucking prerogative. Like, I don't have to. That's what everybody's problem is. You want to categorize everything. You want to put everybody in boxes so it makes it easier for you to find every fucking body. You can catch me on any block, bitch. How about that? That shit. Like, you ain't gonna put me in no little, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that. Hell yeah. No, because it make it easier for you to follow our fucking pattern and senses and all this shit. Yeah, y'all just want to know where the fuck everybody at. But anyway, we done roasted him. We gonna move on. Alright. This next one, Tim, this is a cool one too. Agree or disagree? We're gonna throw a question out there and see if we agree or disagree. And of course, we always care about you all. Things y'all let us know. So, what's that question, girl? You remember the question?
So the agree or disagree question will be, as far as significant others, do you prefer to have a shared friend group, or do you prefer to have your own separate friends? How you
That's
like
a
that?
good one. That's a good one. You came up with a good one. That's
So
right.
let's go. Let me hear you, Miss Tracy. How do you feel about
Girl,
this?
so you know me, I'm always on some real specific shit because I want to make sure I'm answering, the way that what I really think. So when you say significant other,
There
are
you
we talking spouse? Are we talking girlfriend, boyfriend? What we talking about? What we talking
go.
about?
So I know that. Okay, so what I would say is I don't like speaking about things I have no idea about. I'm not
Okay,
married. I ain't never been married, so we ain't gonna do the marriage thing because I'm 100% sure that the answers would be different.
yeah, respect,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So let's go with just significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend.
Okay, all that good shit in between. So, since it's not married, because if it was married, my answer would be yes. Just because that's how I feel. Married, you won. But I say the law say you won. Everybody say y'all won. So yeah, y'all need to have the same group of friends. But if it's just boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, boyfriend, hell to the no, 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 no. Get up off me. I need my space. Back up. I need time to myself to be in my circle and be Tracy with my friends. You know what I mean? Because when you bring your significant other around, that sometimes changes the way people with the way they interact with their friends and stuff. And I don't like that. So I'd rather just you rock with your crew, I rock with mine. We do a couple, like events or special events where we kind of attend together. Like people should know who the other one is. But as far as like hanging tough, yo, daily, like that's my crew, that's my crew. Hell no. Hell no. What you think, sis?
So I feel like I'm gonna sound wishy washy. I'm gonna try, and I know you're gonna make me stick to my decision or whatever. But what I will say is, yes, you should have separate friend groups. I think that's my answer. You should have separate friend groups. But I also think that it is an amazing thing when your friend groups can come together and everybody have a good time. Like I've seen it to where, one friend group, the personality and the vibe is completely different than the significant other. There is no
Oh,
way that those two
mm.
groups could ever sit in um a room for more than 20, 30 minutes together without something going
Damn. Only
on.
20, 30 minutes? You know some wild ones. They go up fast in your lane, too.
And then I've had it where I had
Oh, sis, I thought you'd at least say an hour. Like, that's like, okay, cool, little, cute little lunch type deal. You said 20, 30 minutes. It's going out to 20, 30 minutes. Yeah.
man, that's it. Just because you can see it brewing, like I like to catch things before it even gets to a point where it needs to be. But I did have like a boyfriend at one time who did have a really good friend where we all
Okay.
started being friends, which is cool. But that friend overstayed they welcome. Just because I was cool with you and your dude's friend doesn't mean that you're allowed to suck up all my time in my
Okay.
house. Go spend your time with him outside somewhere else, or wait until I leave the house or something like
They
that. So
start laughing on.
yeah. Like, come to the house
Mm,
2 o'clock on the dot PM every day. I'm
like
like,
a
man,
job?
I don't know.
Like a job?
like a job, like a job, like a job.
To show up at the same damn time every day. It's a place that's paying me.
That pays me. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's fucking crazy. Like, I just wouldn't do that. Yeah, you got to go home, my man.
Yeah.
You got to
So
go home.
separate friend groups. I'd rather not like your friends that much. Just so
Not
that
that much.
so that there's some separation. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah,
little weird.
yeah.
But
Because I don't want you to think. I'm not saying that they should not know. Because I don't want everybody like, oh, y'all don't want to. You up to something basically because you don't want friends to know each other. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm absolutely like everybody should be aware of who everybody's go-to people are. Like if I can't find you, like I want to be able to call, this one, that one. Oh, is she, with you type thing. But as far as like being in the midst and there for all out and who child and who girls, hell no. Hell no. No, no. And then too, when you fall out, like see what happened when you fall out, and then they still around and in your circle and shit, because now they got their own relationships with people that you know. So that really kind of leaves that door
relationship.
open. Hell yeah! Now everybody got to pick a side, pick a side. So yeah, keep your crew, I keep mine. I want everybody I know to be on my side when shit go awry. You only see that motherfucker twice. Fuck him. Yeah, you guys, that is agree or disagree. As you can see, that's a fun one. So yeah, that's what we got going on. We're gonna take a quick break right now, quick little 2 minute break, and we will be back. And you guys come back and finish watching. Cause let's talk about it with TNT. Tick tick boom, baby. Hey, come on back in here. Yes, you're still with us. Thank you for coming back in. This is Cuz Let's Talk About It with TNT. Tick, tick, boom, baby. Yeah. So we're about to wrap up the show, but we want to do it in a cool and unusual way. So we came up with something we like to call end of the show thrill. That's right, end of the show thrill. Tiffany has the color wheel. Show the good people, sis. And she is going to spin the wheel for us, right? And we are going to do whatever the picture lands on. Whatever it lands on, we're going to do it. So blue will be tell the time we lied. Red is that shit wasn't never cute. That's when we gonna show y'all a picture of a look just it didn't work. The shit was never cute. Yellow will be hidden talent. And green, we're gonna tell a heartbreak story. It's how you got your heart broke, your heart hurt. 76. Do it.
Try to spin it.
Okay.
Hopefully we get a new wheel soon.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see.
All right, then. That's right in the middle.
No, it's blue.
Yes.
Where it is. That's what blue is.
Blue is a time I lie. You want me to lie
Since
first?
I spun the wheel.
Yes. You want me to lie to you every time I lie? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is low key dry snitching on ourselves, but I'm tough. I'll get on fuck. I'm about to say what I'm about to say. Okay, I lied to my job when I told them I was in a car accident. I know that is so terrible. I know. I told them because I was already on like strike two on that note, and I was like, bitch, I'm not gonna lose my job. Lose my job. But given that I am a woman of faith, I do feel bad, and I pray that God does not allow that to happen to me, and that He continues to cover and keep me, because that was a horrible lie to tell, but I did. It was like, say your job, bitch, and I was like, okay, bitch. So I lied. Yeah. All right, so what you got? What you got?
Resourcefulness, because people should want people that have that to work for them. feel a little shitty about this. All right. But it's also kind of it's kind of a work kind of story too, trying to get out of something, but I lied. But I put a lot of work in that lie. That's why I say resourcefulness, right? So I definitely took some time off, knowing I only had a specific amount of time off. That I was not gonna be able to keep going without getting fired. So I basically, had to say, hey, there's been a death. Terrible, terrible lie. I didn't even put a family member name on it, but I did make a whole obituary. I got an anonymous picture because I needed proof. I had to come bring it back, right? Folded it in half, made sure my name was one of the surviving kin. Because they only let you
Right.
take that type
Yeah.
of reasoning off if you close. So I'm like, I'm in the obituary. So how much close do you want me to be? So anyway,
Girl, listen.
but that is my lie, and it was a terrible lie. I did not feel bad about it though at the time. Just actually repeating it out loud actually makes me feel
You
terrible.
are twisted, girl, because I did feel worse when I said that shit out loud. I was like, God, that's horrible. Let me tell you, I don't want to say, yeah. But I made I made a decision. I made a survival decision. And I feel like you did too, sis, low key.
Exactly.
We do certain things to survive in this world. Yeah, we wrong. We wrong as two left shoes. We wrong. I ain't gonna cap though. Your lie made me feel a little better about my life. You killed the whole person, bitch.
Yeah, I did. Somebody.
Look, but you did not put a name on it, so you didn't speak death over anybody's life, but you killed a whole motherfucker. I just was on some fender bender type shit, imaginary type shit. Of our first show, we are so happy. Yes.
So much for joining us, y'all.
Yes, this was huge. We will definitely back. We will be back. We are happy. And yeah, see you next time. To Cuz Let's Talk About It with TNT. Hit with that tick tick boom, baby.
TNT tick tick, the clock going boom. Feel the airwaves, podcast the room. Voices strong, black queens on the mic, dropping facts, light match, set the night alight. Cause let's talk about it, breaking it wide. Truth cutting deep, no place to hide. Smart and funny, sharp tongues that bloom. TNT explosive in every zoom. Laugh loud, cry harder, lessons in the steam. Two black queens keeping heads in the beam. Cultural critique vibes like hear me roar. Stories from the soul, finna lay the whole score. They got the tea, bringing wisdom with the jokes. Ignite conversations that'll humble folks. Built from the ground, brilliant straight raw. Ain't nobody living that they won't unthaw. Cause let's talk about it, tear down gloom. Truth's a grenade that'll light